Mamá, cuídame a Belén, mamá. Mamá, cuídame a Belén, mamá. Ay, bailame esa bomba y hasta la madrugada. Mamá, cuídame a Belén, mamá.
Can everybody hear me good? Great. I'd like to do these 2 minutes. 2 minutes at Pangea. We ding bells. We sit in silence all together and we breathe together. And then I ding us and then we start and we do our best work. But I'm setting an intention for these 2 minutes. I'd like for everybody to think of Mr. George Floyd. Think of his name. Think of the man. And think of all the others too. Bring our ancestors. Bring everybody to come here today in these 2 minutes. Great, thank you. At Pangea, we also have where we acknowledge our land, and I'd like to introduce a woman that needs no introduction. She's on our board. She's an esteemed elder. I am so honored that she is here. She has worked with us for many years. Tomorrow she's having an event that I'll talk about a little bit later. But everybody, Sharon Day.
Bujun and Indue Magani Dug, Nagamo Mayangan Dishnakaz, Wabashashi Dodem, Jure Koyan down, Dishni Jomadeo, Made Wanakoyan down. I just said, greetings, my relatives. My name is Singing Wolf. I'm from the Martin clan. I'm an Ojibwe woman, and I'm second degree Madewan and also Made Wanakoi, which is a water woman. And I have an event tomorrow, so I want to apologize right away because I have to leave as soon as I get done. But I want to say miigwech to Adlyn for inviting me, and it's a beautiful day here in Minnesota, and will be a beautiful day tomorrow. So I'm just going to not going to say anything more about the land acknowledgement. I'm just going to let this song speak for me. Hey, 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 oh. Hey, 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 oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. This land is ours. We're still here. Nothing you can do will ever change that. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, oh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. From the Arctic to Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. 200 years of your rule. We will never bow down to you. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, oh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Your lies have spread around the world. In the end, who's gonna save you? Hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, oh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Igual.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Again, I'm so honored that you're here. So a little bit more context of why we're here. So Pangea Theater is where I work. I'm an ensemble member there. We are led by the fabulous Dipankar Mukherjee and Meena Natarajan that are sitting right here. And we have a fantastic staff, but a lot of us are here too. So a lot has happened in this year, and here we are with masks on. Here we are distanced from each other, and so much has happened. And then on May 25th, a lot happened. And after that, a lot has happened. When I saw the video of Mr. George Floyd being murdered, the thing that stayed with me, that I could not get out of my mind, was that he called for his mother. And even now, when I think about it, it breaks my heart, makes my insides turn. That has not left my head. And then Pangea said to the artists on staff, we want you to respond to all this that is happening. We want you, the artists on staff, give us a little bit of producing ideas and a little bit of money. Go and respond to this event. And so this that I have created now that I'm about to share with you is what I came up with. So when I saw this video and I felt this hurt in my heart, and Pangea asked me to respond, at first I didn't know quite what to do, but I always go to my culture. I'm from Puerto Rico, born and raised in Puerto Rico. I have been in Minnesota for longer than in Puerto Rico, but whenever, as an artist, that is part of what I reach for when I do my work. And what came to mind was the bomba, that drum and the bomba. Bomba is a Puerto Rican music that comes from the African slaves that were brought to Puerto Rico, and we were colonized by our Spaniards. And I thought that this was the best way for me to express what I was feeling. So I talked to Maria, she said yes. And then I started thinking of mothers. I thought, Maria's a mother, and I'm thinking of mothers, and how could I incorporate that into my vision? And then I started thinking, I'm going to reach out to other mothers. And so everyone on stage here that will perform today, except for a few musicians, but we need them, and a daughter, everyone is a mother responding to this event. I will let what we are going to show you, I will let that speak for what I created. So, first one that is going to be with giving us a performance is Miss Nora Montañez.
Hello, good evening. I'm gonna take this off because I feel more comfortable. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but thank you, Pangea, for having us here today in this beautiful day that we're being blessed with. My name is Nora Montañez, and I am an Afro-descendant indigenous Peruana, an immigrant from my country, from Peru. And I live less than 2 miles away from here. So the south side of Minneapolis is where I reside with my husband and my 6-year-old daughter. And this poem that I wrote is in response to what happened on May 25th and the days following. This poem I wrote because after several days of not sleeping, having several nightmares, I woke up one morning at 2 o'clock in the morning and I just wrote. And this what came out. So I would like this to be dedicated to my daughter. I woke you up early today porque te extrañaba. I missed you. I wanted to see tu sonrisa because I was desperate for it. Te desperté temprano because I usually let you sleep in porque it allows me to meditate, drink un cafecito, read, ir al baño, anything without interruptions. Pero hoy, I needed you. I woke you up early today because las palabras en mi boca wanted to spill out. ¿Por qué? What do we do? I am angry, tengo miedo, I am sad, I am. Pero today, I chewed them all away. Te desperté temprano because I wanted to hear your voice. El sonido de tu voz instead of the distant sounds of helicopters humming, the closing in of police sirens and rubber bullets echoing. I woke you up early today porque te quería contarte una historia. A story when your mommy y papi protested on that May 26th. Where we marched alongside our angry brothers and sisters and yelled until the cacophonies of our voices echoed all around el mundo. Te desperté temprano because I wanted you to ask me about Black Lives Matter, immigration, the pandemic, police brutality, and George Floyd, and instead, I woke you up early to make you laugh. Para reír, porque I wanted to laugh. And the sight of you is all I need to begin to heal. Thank you.
Okay, well, we set up here now for Mr. Truthmaze, who is next. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Pangea. Pangea World Theater is celebrating our 25th year of existence. Yeah. And I am very lucky to work for them. Ready, sir? With you, William Truthmaze Harris.
So I'm first needing to give thanks to Liz Draper because this wouldn't be happening without her. So please give Liz Draper a round of applause. Her Cash App is, I'm just saying, that was a grip on there. Okay, I also want to say thank you to Pangea, to Depunka and Mina, and hey, how you doing, Jenny? I just want to say thank you because in my head they remind me of like an aunt and uncle. Like literally they don't know that, but they've been around me for a minute. That's Black Talk for a long time. Y'all with me, right? I'm just playing. My daughter's in the building.
Yeah.
If I gave her the mic, y'all would tell me to leave. So we're gonna keep it cool.
Give it to her.
Y'all know. I might as well go get in the car right now. All right, so I have a poem. Let me get to it. Let me get to the business. I have a poem. And I'd like to say big up to this generation for teaching me how to do my spoken word from off my phone. Ibaseo, Ibaseo, Iyamio Saranga. Ibaseo, Ibaseo, Iyamio, 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 Ibaseo. Ibaseo re ye ye, Ibaseo ye maya e, Ibaseo. Said I am the beat, 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 beat, the beat. I said I am the beat, the beat, beats, the beat, the beat, the beat, the beat. I said I am the beat, back, bouncing, bumping, boundless, beautiful, beneficent. I am the beat. I said I am the beat, the beat, the beats, infinite, forever, never stopping. I am the beat, I am the beat, bomb, bouncing, blatant, raw, forever existing, pounding like heartbeats. I am the beats, This poem here is of these heartbeats, like babies that have come for a million years before I ever said that I was the beat. I am just part of the song. This beat, the beat inside of my body that does not stop pulsing me. It's primal. It is the divine feminine within. For real, this ain't just a cliche thing to say. I know that I am the beat, the beats, the beat. I am the beat. I am the beat, pulsating, pounding, pleasurable, a portal, prayer. Always down to party for real. Through the microphone, I reveal that I am the beat on top of it like bebop won't stop. I am the beat drops just like the mic. I am the beat inside of the heart, man. I am the beat inside of the feet. I said I am the beat, the pulsing, pounding, penetrating portal, the pleasuring, the forever, the infinite, the beat, the whole, the round, the all. I am, said I am the beat, the beat, beat, the beats, the beat, beats, the beat, the beat, the beats, the beat, black, beneficent, boundless, brave, the beat, Betty Shabazz, the beat, get back up off my people, the beats, where we at, be, we are, always will be, the beat, the beat, the beat, the beats, the beat, the beats, the beat, the beat, the beat, born from the womb of the black woman, born from the womb of the black woman, born from the womb of the black woman, all we are the beat.
You're good. Everybody, William Truthmaze Harris. now, coming up to the stage, beautiful woman, poet. Are you ready, my sister? Shavunda Brown.
Peace. So, I was so honored to be asked to be a part of this. I remember when everything was going down, I was at the home, with my children, my two little ones, 4.5-year-old and soon to be 2-year-old. And so we couldn't really get out and make it out, to the initial protest and everything. But the people who live in my building, we were just so, just had the energy and felt the rage. And so we just stepped outside our front doors. There was another young mother who lived downstairs. She just had a baby. We just left the babies in the house and we stepped out into the street with the signs that we made. And we had a protest right on Grand Avenue, St. Paul. And so I just wrote this piece to just speak to that and to speak to the shifting of my roles within community at becoming a mom. Life bringers on the front lines, breathe and bring the children to me, where we'll sing songs of self-love and longed for liberation, and explore the meanings of protest, rebellion, self-reliance, and self-care with joyous laughter, and raise fists like rosebuds before bloom. Bring me the female identified, and my fingertips on their scalps will sing Negro spirituals moisturized with anointed coconut oil, and I'll dance asleep their weary feet with my palms. A literal psalm of protection begat by sisterhood. Bring me the male identified, and I'll give rise to their bellies with juicy whole foods spiced by the continent that is home to all humanity, and recite poems to praise their resilience, honor, and swag. In service, I lend myself to be a healing balm to my community, and a spiritual balm that disrupts those that wish to oppress our voices, our sources of power. Our stories stay lifted on my tongue, now until the dawning of the sun. It is what I, a mother, healer, and griot can do. Thank you.
¿Estamos listas? Everybody, Ayana Machado.
¿Tú puedes hacer Yuban?
Sí.
Okay, all right.
What time is it? Good evening, right? Good evening. Buenas tardes a todos. Thank you. My name is Ayana Sol Machado. And smudging right now is my daughter, Jahaira. This is, so I'm also diasporican. So my family is from La Isla de Borinquen. I also have family de Cuba. So Caribeña, born here in the States. And so, as Adlyn mentioned earlier, her response was, through thinking about her cultura and bomba. We're going to move into that slowly. And she mentioned bomba is the convergence of the African and the conquistadores, the Spanish colonizers that came in, as well as the Taino indigenous people of Borinquen, present day known as Puerto Rico.
And so you'll see that throughout the next phase, the influence of the indigenous of the island of Borinquen, the influence of Africa, and the influence of Europe as well in bomba. So how many of you have smudged with sage and know what sage is? Beautiful. Okay. So from this part of the lands, the indigenous people use specifically sage, right? And sage is used throughout the Americas. But there's a lot of different medicines or herbs that are used as far as cleansing or calling on our ancestors. And so for the Taino people, we use dragon's blood or Sangre Dragonia, which is a sap of a tree, right? And so that's what my daughter is smudging now for you. And starting as we move into our bombazo and sharing and inviting you all to join us in celebration and honoring Brother Floyd, who was murdered, and thinking about what that means for us, specifically as mothers. And thank you, Truth, representing as a father as well, and calling that coming from his mother's womb. It's also important to realize, like, we can't be mothers without our fathers, right? And so it is important to call that, to bring that duality in. And so in doing that, my daughter and I want to offer you a Taino chant. And my brother here, Alexis Santos, who is a brilliant musician, de Plena Sota, right, is the group. And this is the first time, I think, maybe second, I think you recognize this song. So one of my things is bringing in the Taino influence into bomba. Bomba is known to be very African influenced de Puerto Rico. There's also the influence of the indigenous. You'll see Maria playing Aqua later on, and the influences that come in to creating what we now know as present day bomba, right? So the first chant we're going to open up with is honoring the water, right? Mini Wichoni, water is life, right? We all know and understand the importance of the water in our roles, and that's throughout all of our nations, right? So I'm going to offer you a water song, moving into a call and response, right? We're just going to prepare y'all for the next phase of the bombazo, okay? So in all forms of African diasporic rhythms and art forms and dance, there is a form of call and response, and you're going to start seeing that in both the song as well as the drum and the dance, and as well as inviting you in, okay? So there's a phrase called areito. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. Areito. 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 Aracoel. Aracoel. All right. So areito means it's a celebration, okay? And Puerto Ricans, Caribbean people, they're like, oh, vamos a hacer un areito. It's a party, it's a celebration, right? It's actually a Taino word, right? It's the Arawak word. And Aracoel is our ancestors. So in celebration of our ancestors, right? In celebration of all those that have come before us, all right? So we're going to start with a water chant, and it's going to go into Areito Aracoel. When we go into that, you'll hear the call and response, and I'm going to invite you in to sing that. And that's when it goes into Yuba. All right, I'll cue you for that. We'll go to the first song with singing. All right. My daughter, Jahaira. It's always an honor to perform with her. Okama Aracoel Rokoku Watunakan Okama Rokoku Watunakan Laka eketi tureke Laka eketi tureke Okama Aracoel Rokoku Watunakan Okama Aracoel Rokoku Watunakan Laka eketi tureke Laka eketi tureke Areto Aracoel Areto Aracoel Areto Aracoel Areto Aracoel Areto arakoen.
Areto arakoen.
Areto arakoen.
Areto arakoen.
Nakan kuyuwe. Nakan kuyu karara. Nakan kuyuwe. Nakan kuyu karara. Wakia semiyu. Wakia semiyu. Ruku yukayu. Ruku watabe. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Nakan kuyuwe. Nakan kuyu karara. Nakan kuyuwe. Nakan kuyu karara. Wakia semiyu. Wakia semiyu. Ruku yukayu. Ruku watabe. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Eso. Nakan kuyuwe. Nakan kuyu karara. Nakan kuyuwe. Nakan kuyu karara. Wakia semiyu. Wakia semiyu. Ruku yukayu. Ruku watabe. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Areto arakoen. Eso, areto. Eso. Eso. Okamarakoen. Rokoku watunakan. Okamarakoen. Rokoku watunakan. Dakaeketi tureke. Dakaeketi tureke. Eso, ashe. All right, moving into voices of culture and bringing in that African side as well into that, and then moving into a bombazo. When the next time is that you see myself and my daughter out here in the bate, as we're gonna call it, right? In the bate, which is like the yard where we get down, the cipher for those of you that are hip hop, right? I'm gonna invite you in there as well. So we're gonna invite you and start moving you into joining us into this process of celebration. Ashe.
Thank you, Ayala Machado. And now, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone, voice of culture.
To the north, to the south, to the east, to the west, to the ancestors, we thank you. Ashe, Ashe. And Mitakuye Oyasin, and shout out to the native indigenous land. Pantapele con kayonka, dormamina kona. Tapelino tapelino, zinga zangana banganie. Pantapele koe, dormamina kona. Pantapele con kayonka, dormamina kona. Tapelino, no zinga zango na bangani eh. You have mother, so do I. Someone knows the answer why. Till another week goes by. Hush now, my child. Till another week goes by. Till another week goes by.
Thank you so much, Voice of Cultures. Yes, another applause, please. That was lovely. Thank you. So now I will tell you a poem that I wrote specifically for this. I don't consider myself a poet. I'm an actor and starting playwright. I'm an ensemble member of Pangea, which is my artistic home, and I felt compelled to write this. It's untitled. Son, when you were born, you changed my world completely. My love for you endless. You cried, I was there. I fed you, I cleaned you, I comforted you, I loved you. When you started to walk, you'd fall over and cry, Mama! I was there to pick you up, put you on your feet and say, you're okay, keep going. When you were a little older, you would lose your favorite toy and cry, Mama! I was there to tell you, don't cry. If you cry, you can't think. And if you can't think, you can't remember where you put it. Hug and kiss, send you on your way. Then when you're a teenager and the girl that is your friend breaks up with you and you cry, Mama! I was there to tell you, cry, it's okay, but not for too long. If you keep crying, you can't see that there are many more that will love you. Hug and kiss and send you on your way. Then you're a man and life kicks you around. You lost your job, oh no. And you'd cry, Mama! I was there to comfort you and say, don't cry. If you cry, you can't see your worth and all you have to offer. Hug and kiss, send you on your way. Then one day, you find yourself in awful trouble. You cry out, Mama! And I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. I wasn't there. Mama! You cried. Then you were gone. I cried and cried with loss and despair. Then I remembered. I told myself, cry if you must. It's okay, but not for long. Because if you cry, you can't think. And if you can't think, you can't summon all the mamas to rise up and say, enough! No more! Not one more! Hug and kiss. And I sent you on your way, singing songs of the ancestors, drumming the drums of the ancestors, so that you would never cry again. Thank you. All right, and now it's my pleasure to introduce this young woman that I have known since she was born. This woman she was 2 years old when I met her, and she was participating in a class for theater that was being taught at Neighborhood House in St. Paul. And my husband said, you have to meet this child. She is amazing. She has the best sense of humor. She is so smart. I have watched this woman grow up, and I'm so very proud. I'd like to introduce to Maria Isa.
Check, check. What's good, Powderhorn? Shout out to Pangea for having me, and to Adlyn, and thank you for reaching out and having me be a part of your vision alongside community. It's crazy because that's beautiful. That's what it takes, is community. I knew George Floyd. And I haven't really had a lot of places in community as much as I'd like to because of this pandemic. To be able to heal together and move forward together and nurture our children together. I got gum in my mouth. That's a no-no where it comes from. We can't perform with gum in our mouth. They learned that from me. But I got a little dry mouth, you know what I'm saying? I'll put that in there for later. And I'm a mother now for 18 months today. And Loisa is with her grandmothers, learning from those beautiful, strong, black and brown indigenous women of who Loisa is today. And I'm reflecting on motherhood because the homeboy Floyd, Big Floyd, called for his mom. And I won't ever watch that horrific scene ever again. I won't. Because I want to celebrate him how I celebrate him. And before I do that, I just remember that I can't celebrate Big Floyd without this.
¿Estás buscando el ron? Hay que buscar el ron es lo más importante. Esa bebida es lo más importante.
So I have to grab Hennessy, not that I need it to perform or anything. Does keep you a little warm, but Big Floyd did security for me at several memorable shows in my career and locally here in the Twin Cities. Specifically the last one that he did security because I believe, I got pregnant right that year after. And it was at El Nuevo Rodeo. And I was opening up for Bad Bunny. And Big Floyd was amazed at how many people were around the block on a cold ass December Minneapolis night. Wrapped around Lake and 28th throughout that whole building. And I come in and I got this drum because we're playing for a fellow Boricua and it ain't just a Latin trap show. We got to call our ancestors every time. And that's a lot of the dialogue and conversation that I had with Big Floyd, with George throughout the years since 2015. From conga shows to making sure we good. Because he was tall, okay? He was so tall. And every time he see me carrying my drum, he would say, "You need a hand with that?" I'd be like, "If you want to hook a sister up, for sure." And he grabbed this drum and it was like nothing to him. It was like this. And he'd climb it up the stairs if the elevator was taking too long. And I just remember him holding this drum up and walking up those stairs and being like, "Man, is he really that dope?" I said, "What you talking about?" "Bad Bunny." I was like, "Bro, this is the last time he'll ever perform at Nuevo Rodeo or anything as close to this capacity in a long time. Maybe when he's Jose Feliciano's age, but not." And he was like, "Well, we'll see because, I mess with you." And I was like, "Well, I mess with him. You could listen to me." He's like, "But I'm saying lyricism." Big Floyd was a rapper. And he rapped. And he just, in Houston, everybody's popping his music now. And I've been listening to that because he always acknowledged just the presence. And it wasn't like I'm working on the clock. No, it was a cipher all the time. It was community. Whether he was working on the clock or he was just chilling and getting dinner at the same time at Conga or just being present. He was present all the time. You couldn't miss him. He was Big Floyd. And every time I'd have a show, I'd be like, "Man, I need rum for the ancestors. I need me a shot of rum." Because that's where these drums come from. The rum barrels, bomba, the first music that's over 500 years or 400 plus 500, how many years we've been colonized. But this is how we've been able to cipher. From bomba to rumba to, you keep going, quilongo. These are tribes that have unified. I'm Boricua. I'm here on Dakota land with my Anishinaabe, Ojibwe compadres. comadres, okay, the danzantes. Shout out to the Aztecs, to the Mayans. This is a tribal. And Big Floyd, let me tell you, he would be happy to see how tribal we have showed up as community. Around the world is recognizing the tribes that has came here, honoring the tribes that are from here, surviving like this. Because he protected that. He didn't care if it was a Latin trap show, a reggaeton show, a hip hop night. It was about, I am protecting what is honoring our sounds. And if somebody got a bad vibe, they got to go. I ain't got no rum for you, but I got some Hennessy. When I found out, and I hate using this McDonald's cup, but it's the only thing that I found in the homeboy's backpack. And he told me he ain't got no COVID, and I believe him. So if I got it, I love y'all. But that's for Big Floyd. And when I got the news that was Big Floyd, because I didn't want to see that video ever again, which was shortly after I seen that video in the morning, I didn't know how to not scare my own self anymore with pain, because another black man has died at the hands of police. Another black man that there is a connection in my life to, because Phil didn't have to die and get killed, and there was injustice for Philando, and neither did Jamar. And this drum has been out at each of them, and I think about Big Floyd carrying that drum. You good? Everything cool? You good? You handle? Take care of? Aight, bet. Kill it. Somebody who protected our community, life was taken away in front of our community by the people who get paid to do this thing called serve and protect, but yet keep traumatizing our community. So I'm tired, we're tired, and as a mother, I can't show that pain and scare my child while she's sleeping in the morning. So I went to my bomba drum, because this is the weapon of resistance that has survived colonialism and blends with the different sounds and the different structures by any means necessary that we can keep our tribes alive and play their sounds. So I didn't write a song. I cried a song. Because that's what our tribes do. Because even though we cry, we still celebrate, because we're here living, and we recognize the responsibilities it is for us to keep it as peaceful and on rhythm as possible, and teach our children that they are beautiful and they are loved, and by any means necessary, our drums will still be playing. Como duele, como Music is medicine. So play whatever you got to do in these months that it's gonna get colder. Play music. If you don't play music, find something to play. A bottle. Play with spoons, because music is in you. It don't got a price. There's no price tag to that. It's life. And it's our connection to keep living for those who aren't here. People are like, play some meditation music or do something. I'm like, just listen to the leaves fall. Listen to the fire burn. Listen to the wind. Whew. Listen to your heart. Keep balanced, y'all. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need times to do this, even if it's virtually. We're community. That's what you're looking at. That's what you are. That's what you is presently. Let's not let anybody or any system break that, because the world is looking at our community and the beauty of what is surviving through the pain and changing that pain into medicine and focus. We're the Zoom. Minneapolis. Say Minneapolis. Minneapolis. Have pride in that. Say it like Janet Jackson. Minneapolis. You know, say it. Twin Cities. SCP 612-651 or whatever. But let this be ours. I want my daughter to come and jam here when she's 18. And that there's not a Starbucks built like they do it in the LES and in Brooklyn. I'm so tired. Because that's what this Zoom is waking y'all up. It's not just police brutality. It's all the injustices under that umbrella. If you gotta call out some man talking about no equal rights and all of that still, whether it's your husband, your brother, your boss, somebody down the street, then talk to it, communicate it. You feel me? If you gotta talk about healthcare and not having that, all of this is built together. And what happens is, whether the law is there to support that or not, community got us. Keep it pa'lante. This is a song called Mamá Cuídame Belén, because this is a Belén right now. Right. And we have to call to our mothers, right? Just like Big Floyd called to his mom to bring him to peace, and she did. She took her son and brought him to peace away from this. Okay? What we gotta call is that Mama, help us. Keep this Belén going. Keep this Belén strong. Keep us strong. Keep us strong. You wanna play? Espérate un momentito. You should play. Yeah, you should play drums. Here.
You ain't gotta tell me. Yeah, go ahead. No, tú haces primo. Okay.
I'm like, since we got community here, I'm gonna take full advantage of.
Right? You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah, ella puede ser para acá.
Tengo otra clave ahí. I got more clave there.
Mira.
Tengo más clave ahí.
Oye.
La clave.
You guys are in a Boricua ensemble right now. This is like Loisa for real. For real.
No, está bien. Porque voy a tocar el primo.
Dale.
So,
Venga.
I'm gonna do this because Bomba isn't choreographed. Bomba is communication. Okay? This is dialogue that we're having. This isn't tamo de show. This is ceremony. This is celebration. This isn't, no, her steps weren't choreographed. She was talking to the drum with her skirt. She was communicating with her ancestors, okay? All of y'all can do it. Some ancestors need to be put in check. Some ancestors need to be living better through you. Okay? So don't feel like I can't do it because I don't. No, if you feel sorry about something, which is what a lot of people of color in Minneapolis have been hearing our entire lives, sorry. Okay? Sorry. My grandmother to mothers and my mother, who's present in St. Paul taking care of her granddaughter right now, carried that to say, sorry es pa pendejo. Why are we being apologized for just playing in the park? Because someone feels sorry about their ancestors. Someone feels sorry because of a privilege that they have. Don't tell us sorry because we're walking down the streets. We didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Tell yourself sorry. That you got to live with that. I don't want to hear sorry from another person just because I'm walking my daughter with my husband and they feel a certain way about how we look or the languages that we speak. Okay? Tell yourself sorry. That's how we make motion. Take accountability. So with Mama, Bomba, you guys are going to communicate with us. All of these people here have been communicating with me for a very long time, and some of them shorter than others, but we are the way that we can be a force through communication. So we're calling upon Mama, and this is Mama, cuídame a Belén. Can you say, Mama,
Mama,
cuídame
cuídame
a Belén.
a Belén,
Cuídame a Belén, Mama.
cuídame a Belén, mamá.
So you gotta say that, cuídame a, like a Boricua. Cuídame a. We take two words and make them one, okay? Because it's very African. Because that's very African. Okay, we sing our lyrics because we're speaking colonized languages. All of us are right here. All right. So we create our own languages with all the survivals, just like communicating with the drum. Mama, cuídame a Belén, cuídame a Belén, mamá.
Cuídame a Belén, cuídame a Belén,
Mamá, cuídame a Belén, cuídame a Belén, mamá. Mamá, cuídame a Belén, cuídame a Belén, mamá.
Thank you.